My name is John Mecca.
And I'm Deborah Lamb.
What you're about to hear is true. This is the most important information you will hear in your lifetime. It's about the most dangerous situation ever to occur in our nation, and in fact, the world. Please, pay attention to this information. Your lives may depend upon your taking action. We are researchers investigating the U.S. government activities of covert, silent radio frequency electronic attacks being carried out in public against people in their homes across the USA.
For those of you who don't know about such things, we will attempt to bring you up to speed regarding this new atrocity.
7 years of research has uncovered scientific evidence that proves Americans are being experimented on today in what can be qualified as termination activities, as a worst-case definition, and at best as a life-threatening activity.
The evidence was obtained by using a laboratory-grade sensor specifically made for a test titled International Standard for Recommended Practice for Measurements and Computations of Radio Frequency Electromagnetic Fields with respect to human exposure, known as C95.3-2002, subpart 5.6 of the IEEE Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers Incorporated. The instrument used conforms to specifications set forth in the test, and its bandwidth of operation and sensitivity exceeds the test specifications of operation. Wow, that's really technical. But don't worry, just understand, it's a test that determines if you're under attack.
The IEEE test repeatedly shows electrical current in the citizens tested at just under levels that cause death from heart attack. The levels were compared to safety level tables appearing on websites of the Center for Disease Control, that's the CDC, and NIOSH, being OSHA's parent agency. Ladies and gentlemen, people are being murdered in their own homes, right under your very noses covertly.
What is at stake is the nation's future. If these activities of a government wilding on its people is not opposed, the very fabric of freedom of any sort is only a sham, and freedom is lost. These devices not only affect the health of an individual, but as you will learn also affects the mind. So then your love of country will be proven by taking action to stop these atrocities of robbing people, not only of health and life itself, but now because of advanced technology, they can and they do rob a person of the essence of their being human, their mind, indeed, even their soul, as some would say.
Those agencies of the U.S. government carrying out torture murder of its citizens are well insulated by multi-tiered layers of government bureaucratic protections by secret laws and secret policies originating from such legislation as Title 50, War and National Defense, subpart 1520A, where, for example, law enforcement can use any Defense Department technology on the public in their jurisdiction just by sending a note to Congress. This statute has been further reinforced by then President Clinton signing legislation that allows for the Department of Defense to share high-tech military technology with the Department of Justice. Further erosion of our rights has been done where the Department of Justice has usurped the federal Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court's power of authorizing extreme surveillance. Such usurping of power by the Department of Justice in bypassing the FISA court's power of oversight of such extreme investigations leaves us all without protection from malicious and deadly attacks at the whim of any officer. The Department of Justice has made their own policy so that their agents, using only their gut instinct impressions and suspicions, can target anyone and use the assault devices without any oversight. No notice searches can be conducted where a person's premises are searched covertly and they are never notified or told about it, as it's all done in secret. Knockout gas can be left behind, and these specially designed remote control knockout gas canisters of sedation gas are remotely controlled to release their contents, causing a person or an entire family while asleep during bedtime to remain unconscious during covert entry by such agents for the purpose of surgical installation of implantable devices into their bodies, or during hospital stays where surgery was done. These devices are routinely installed, and national security orders with penalties for divulging anything about it is cited by these doctors as a reason for their participation and silence. During the course of our investigation, many victims report having awoken to see people leaning over them and doing surgery of some kind to them. In many cases, rape as a secondary motive is suspected due to undergarments being in disarray.
Further enhancing the protections of doing these illegal and deadly acts of attacking the public by local jurisdictional commanders of the police, the FBI, and CIA is the Bush U torture memo, redefining torture in such a way that allows torture when it is used for a purpose, such as extracting information or causing a reaction in the victim. For example, causing them to move away, economically sabotage them, or cause them to seek mental help and or incite a syndrome, cause disease or heart attack, stroke, or even death. Today, it is electronic attacks using implants and directed energy.
Please go to the website just before the date mentioned, www.secretangel.tv. That's .tv, not .com. For updates as to the exact date, time, and address for the court proceeding. All you will be asked to do is to walk into the court at the appointed time of our oral argument so that the court can note we are not alone in this effort to obtain justice. For how this turns out will affect much of our collective future.
Thank you for listening. Remember, evil triumphs when good men and women do nothing.
Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome home to Safeguard USA.